Good evening and welcome to the DeWitt Gym on the campus of Dort University in Sioux Center, Iowa, as we get set for Great Plains Athletic Conference. Let's try that again. Heart of America Athletic Conference. Too many conferences to keep track of, as we've got Dort men's volleyball on the air this evening. The Dort Defenders taking on the Morningside Mustangs, a Great Plains Athletic Conference rival, but also a Heart of America Athletic Conference rival in men's volleyball. The Dort Defenders come into today's contest 16-6 overall, 6-4 in the conference, while the Morningside Mustangs stand 17-7 overall and 5-6 in the Great Plains Athletic, the Heart of America Athletic Conference. The Dort Defenders have losses this year to Mount Vernon Nazarene. That was a non-conference loss. Jamestown, non-conference loss, and then losses in the league for the Defenders. Morningside 3-1, William Penn 3-1, Mount Mercy 3-1, and Park on Saturday 3-0. For the Morningside Mustangs, their 6 losses in league play came to William Penn 3-2, Missouri Baptist 3-1, Mount Mercy 3-1. Played Grandview to a 5-setter last week. I believe it was last Tuesday in Des Moines. Lost 3-2. Park and Ottawa swept Morningside 3-0, 3-0 this past weekend. The Morningside Mustangs come into the contest 12.5 kills per set to opponents 12.1. They out-hit teams in terms of kill efficiency 248 to 202. And they are getting 2 points per set off of blocks, while opponents are getting 2.2. For the Defenders, a little bit more of a substantial advantage in all those statistical categories. Dort, 12.5 kills per set, opponents 11.4. Kill efficiency, 261 to 197. Aces, Dort 113, opponents 68. Digs by the Defenders, 10.6 per set, opponents 9.6. That's the biggest difference you see in men's volleyball as opposed to the women's sport, where the digs per set just simply are not that great. And points from blocks, the Defenders 2.6 and opponents 1.8. Let's take a 2-minute break and we'll be back with a rundown of the last time these two teams played and look at their most recent action. And then we'll get to our national anthem and first serve. All that comes up on the Wireless World pre-match show right after this 2-minute timeout.
We really want to give them practice skills that they can use to serve their clients or serve the organizations that they work for.
Hey Defender Nation, my name is Darren Kaiser and I'm excited to serve as the new Athletic Director at Dort University. Thank you for tuning into the Dort Media Network and supporting Defender Athletics. As an athletic department, we are committed to the Defender way. This means we are committed to the Great Commission, developing servant leaders, the academic development of our student athletes, and the pursuit of championships. I'm eager to join with you in supporting our athletes this year. Thank you for watching Defender Athletics on the Dort Media Network. Go Defenders!
Thank you for being here as we celebrate the launch of Dort University's Master of Science in Nursing Family Nurse Practitioner Program.
At Dort University, our NPs will be prepared as Christian nurses, where their practice reflects their faith, acknowledging the value of anyone in their care as a child of God, worthy of dignity and compassion.
I hope you leave understanding that this is more than just a new graduate degree. It's a commitment to healthcare, to urban and rural communities, to preparing nurses who serve with skill, integrity, purpose as the hands and feet of Christ.
This is a Dort Media Network student-produced live stream broadcast.
Welcome back to the DeWitt Gym, and leaders for the Dort defenders heading into the match tonight. Joel Van Groningen, 3.9 kills per set. Now the defenders did have their challenges on Saturday when Joel was out of the match. Had a bloody nose in what looked like a fairly innocuous play, and at the time I was concerned that I had missed something over the course of the match, a collision of some sort, and really there wasn't anything there that warranted a lot of concern at the time, but just couldn't get that bloody nose stopped. But Joel looking none the worse for wear this evening, and he is in uniform and warming up at full speed. He also averages 1.5 digs per set and has 43 aces this year. Cade Schmidt averages 2.5 kills per set with a 1.5 digs. Kai Chapman, 1.8 kills per set, 263 kill efficiency. It's been coming on as of late. Lance Vermeer, 1.7 kills per set, 1.1 blocks, 385 kill efficiency. Corey Caparis, 1 kill, 1.3 blocks, 302 kill efficiency. And Nicodemus Elliott, 1.6 kills per set in the Dort 6-2 offense. Joseph Jang leads the team with 5.9 assists per set. We're also seeing more of Justin Hoffman in the 6-2 setter offense. And Colt Schmidt is averaging 3.8 digs per set as the libero for the defenders. For Morningside, they are topped by Natan Alvis, averaging 4.1 kills per set, 17 aces, 1.8 digs. He's a 6 rotation player. Mohamed Bankred is averaging 2.5 kills per set. Moro Verstraeten is averaging 1.7 kills per set. Braden Maneha is at 2.1 digs. Tucker Janke is at 3.5 digs per contest. And Malou Wilcox averages 7.1 assists per set. The last time these two teams played each other was on February 10 in Sioux City. Dort stormed out to a 25-18 win in set 1. Morningside won the next 3, 25-21, 25-23, and 25-23. Morningside had a slight 53-52 kills advantage. Joel Van Groningen, 16 kills. Natan Alvis had 18 for the Mustangs. Joseph Jang put up 25 assists for the defenders, while Lucas Stolinga that is, had 23 assists. Heading into play this evening, the Dort defenders currently part of a tie for 6th place at 6-4, along with Grandview, a half game behind William Penn in the standings. Park is atop the league at 11-0, and the Morningside Mustangs, they are right in the mix as well at 5-6 this season, just a game behind both Dort and Grandview. You are listening to Dort Volleyball on the Dort Media Network. Let's take a 2-minute break, and we'll be back with the start of tonight's match right after this.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by RA Rentals. Looking for top-notch rental equipment for the next project? Look no further than RA Rentals, located in Sioux Center, Spencer, Storm Lake, and Sioux Falls. RA Rentals, your regional equipment rental experts.
Hi, this is Alex with Outdoor Elements. We've been the region's premier landscape company for over 15 years. With our own in-house landscape designer, we create extraordinary outdoor spaces where you will make memories with family and friends. We do all types of landscaping, and we're the region's only certified pool professionals. We specialize in saltwater pools, which are easy to maintain and gentle on your skin. Check out our website at OutdoorElementsInc.com. We make your landscape as beautiful as your home. When you want the best, contact us at 712-476-5299 or email us at info@OutdoorElementsInc.com.
NewTek is your partner for success when purchasing equipment for construction, manufacturing, agriculture, and other industries. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your business and redefine your productivity standards with NewTek. Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973.
Welcome to Sioux Center, Iowa, life in the center of everything, where we see our work impact lives near and far and embrace opportunities to pursue our passions. And a day at the office isn't just 8 to 5, because we work for innovative companies and know we're never far from the next unforgettable memory. Because we keep friendship, family, and a bright future at the center of everything.
Welcome back to the DeWitt Gym on the campus of Dort University, Sioux Center, Iowa. The tail end of spring break, so we had a fairly busy spring break here in Sioux Center. Started with some softball games right the Saturday after spring break began. The Friday that spring break actually began, and then turned it over. We had women's basketball a week ago last Tuesday. That was the GPAC Championship. We had the semifinals on that Saturday. We've mixed in some men's volleyball play as well. Most recently, a match with Park on Saturday for the Defenders, a match in which Dort was hanging in there early, but then the loss of Joel Van Groningen, and you don't want to overstate the importance of one player, but he is the leading offensive producer for the Dort Defenders. And in that one, Dort ended up losing to Park 25-19, 25-17, 25-16. Just couldn't get anything going with consistency. Cade Schmidt led the way with 6 kills along with Nicodemus Elliott. Justin Hoffman had 11 assists. Colt Schmidt had 5 digs. For Morningside that same day, they were getting beaten for the second day in a row, 3-0. They were turned away by Ottawa on Saturday, 25-22, 25-18, and 25-19. Aldous had 9 kills. Ferdinando Vinet had 9 kills. Malu Wilcox had 19 assists. And Tucker Junkie had 13 digs. Reminding you again of those conference standings, and it's a 19-match schedule, so we are getting into the second half now. Park is 11-0. Missouri Valley is 7-1. Dort has to play Missouri Valley again this season. They have to play them a first time, actually. Mount Mercy 8-2. They remain on the Dort schedule. Ottawa, Dort's finished with them. They got a win last Friday over them. William Penn stands 6-3. The Defenders have them remaining on the schedule. Dort and Grandview will play each other, but they're both 6-4. Morningside, a critical match here this evening for the Defenders as they try to climb and stay within striking distance of a 4th place finish in the league. Then you've got a little separation. UHSP and Missouri Baptist, surprising 4-6 for Missouri Baptist. Graceland stands 1-7, Kansas Wesleyan 1-8, Clark 1-9, and Culver Stockton is 0-8. Other conference matches this evening. Clark is at Grandview. Culver Stockton is at UHSP. Mount Mercy is at William Penn. That could be an interesting one. And Missouri Baptist is at Missouri Valley. I would term it a dangerous Missouri Baptist team taking on a Missouri Valley team that has proven itself to be one of the league leaders at this point of the season. We'll see if we can track down scores as the day goes along as well and keep you up to date on those. For the Defenders, this Friday they go to William Penn, and then they're off until next Tuesday, a week from tonight. They get to make the road trip to Lamoni, Iowa to take on the Graceland Yellow Jackets. After that, Friday, March 20, Dort's back at home hosting Missouri Valley and Culver Stockton the following Saturday, and then back at home to wrap up the home portion of the regular season, facing Clark and Mount Mercy on March 27 and 28. Dort is back on the road then April 3 and 4 to conclude the regular season against Grandview and Kansas Wesleyan. That ends up being a tough road trip. You go to Grandview first, and then you circle back to Kansas Wesleyan in Salina for the last game of the last match of the regular season. We are just about set to get underway with volleyball action, Morningside and Dort. The Dort Defenders in their black jerseys, white numbers and lettering. The libero, Colt Schmidt, is decked out in his gold tops and gold shorts. And he's got black numbers and lettering. And it appears Morningside will be serving first. And serving will be Alvis for Morningside. For the defenders, Vermeer, Chapman, Van Groningen, Schmidt, and Jang starting the night on the floor. So Alvis with service. And we are set to begin play. 7:07 on a Tuesday evening. Taken by Jang. Sets it outside. Chapman around the block. Dug middle back by Morningside. Morningside attacking. Left-hander into the net. And they'll say that it was touched by a blocker. Vermeer puts a block up. And we have a player underneath the net. And that's going to be Alvis. Point defenders. And Dort takes a 1-0 lead. 1-0 our score. Natan Alvis whistled for being under the net, so an attack error by Alvis. And Joel Van Groningen has service. Van Groningen with service, and he serves into the net, so a service error by the defenders, and we are underway. We're tied 1-1. 1-1 our score, set number 1. Serving will be Vinti. Fernando Vinti. Checking in is Bankred. And Vinti with service. Vinti left-handed serve taken by Colt Schmidt. Gets it to Jang. Jang, quick attack. It goes middle. Vermeer unable to put it down. Set comes outside, tipped around the block. Saved by Colt Schmidt. Gets it over to Jang. Shoots it over to Cade Schmidt. Cade Schmidt with a swing. Dug by Colt Schmidt on the continue. Comes back over to Chapman. Chapman blocked at the net. Kept it alive. Did Morningside. Morningside attacking from behind the spike line is Alvis. And we have a Dort player in the net. Point Morningside. It's 2-1. 2-1 our score as the defenders, a blocking error that time, resulting in the attack and kill for Alvis. And the Dort defenders trail 2-1. 2-1 our score. Serve is to the back corner, and an ace serve. It's 3-1. So an ace serve for Morningside and Vinti. So Vinti with the ace serve, and Morningside leads now 3-1. 3-1 our score. Serving, controlled by Colt Schmidt. Jang, Vermeer, quick attack out of the middle for the kill. It's 3-2. So 3-2 our score. Dort is coached by Chad Hansen. Noah Marasco Ayu is coaching the Morningside Mustangs. And serving for the defenders will be Bradley Neff. Neff serve, floater, controlled, Morningside attacking. Around the block, saved by Neff, kept alive by Schmidt. Here comes Morningside attacking. Set goes to the middle and tooling it off the block for the kill is Wilson. Wilson makes it 4-2, Morningside. So Morningside gets the point. Busted play that time. Wilson, that's Palakapu Wilson from Malou Wilcox for that kill. 4-2 our score. Morningside in their gray jerseys. Serve controlled by Cade Schmidt. Gets it to Jang, over to Chapman. Chapman with a swing. Morningside scrambling, unable to get to it, and Kai Chapman with the kill. Kai Chapman is a sophomore from Surrey, British Columbia, and for Kai, that is his first kill this evening, the second for the defenders. And serving for Dort now will be Hoffman. Justin Hoffman, a 6'2 junior from Ripon, California, has serve. And Justin Hoffman will line it up and send it over, controlled by the Mustangs. They'll attack. Set goes outside, and the crafty shot by Bankred. Bankred with the kill. So Bankred, one of the top attackers for this team, averaging 2.5 kills per set. And the Mustangs serving. Wilcox has service. Thus far, the only back-to-back points. Morningside, they have a 3-point string early. Serve controlled by Schmidt. Gets it to Hoffman. Hoffman sets it middle. Caparis. Caparis with the kill. 5-4 our score. And the Dort defenders back to within a point, trailing by 1. 5-4 the score. Serving will be Cade Schmidt. And Cade Schmidt, a junior from Palmdale, California, his serve and overpass. Joel Van Groningen with the swing. Joel Van Groningen with the kill. Van Groningen with the kill on the overpass. 5-5 our score. One of those indirect aces for Cade Schmidt. Schmidt with the sharp serve that time that allowed Van Groningen the kill off the overpass, and another sharp serve by Schmidt. Around the block, dug by Hoffman, gets it. Colt gets it over to Van Groningen, unable to put it away from the outside. Bankred around the block, taken by Colt, gets it over to Hoffman. Hoffman, quick attack, middle, Caparis with the kill. And the Dort defenders have answered the Morningside three-point run when they went up 3-1 with a three-point run of their own to retake the lead at 6-5. Cade Schmidt with serve. Schmidt's serve is long and out of bounds. We're tied at 6-6. Our third tie of set number 1. Just underway. Got started a little after our scheduled 7 o'clock start time. And serving will be Verstraeten. Verstraeten with service. Dort, Schmidt, and Van Groningen set for receive. And it's taken by Cade Schmidt. Gets it over to Hoffman. Outside Van Groningen. Van Groningen shooting fish in a barrel. 7-6. Van Groningen basically went up unblocked that time. Hoffman able to hold the block. And Van Groningen went up one-on-one, and that one was late in arriving. Short serve controlled. Here comes Morningside. Block put up by the defenders, saved by the Mustangs. Mustangs attacking. Vienti around the block, taken by Hoffman. Colt Schmidt comes back over to Van Groningen. Van Groningen that time the double block. Doug off high hand, saved by Hoffman. Gets it over to Colt Schmidt, right side. Unable to put it down, Elliott. Morningside attacking. And that time the ball never makes it over the net. Alvis, his attack hits the tape and comes back. And the defenders with a 2-point lead, their biggest of the evening. Matches Morningside's 3-1 lead early. Dort now leading 8-6. Colt Schmidt serve taken, right side, pushed to the outside. That was Vienti. Dort attacking. And Vermeer helped over by Morningside. Back it goes, Elliott. Elliott off of the tape, controlled by the Mustangs. Mustangs attacking, dug by Schmidt on the line. Comes back to Cade Schmidt, and Cade Schmidt blocked at the net by Vienti and Perazzo. And Morningside back to within a point at 8-7. 8-7 our score. Serving will be Tucker Junkie. Junkie with service. And his serve taken by Van Groningen. Outside Van Groningen. Van Groningen through the block. Dug by Junkie. Set outside Vienti. Vienti blocked at the net but out of bounds. Last touch by Dort. We're tied 8-8. So Vienti with the point, tooling it off of the block for the kill, for the point. And Junkie serve taken by Van Groningen. Hoffman picks it out of the net, pushed over by Hoffman. Morningside keeps it alive. Comes back outside Vienti. Vienti off of the block. Saved by Van Groningen. Hoffman back over to Vermeer. They're going to call Vermeer for being in the tape. Point Morningside. Morningside with a 9-8 lead. So 3 in a row for the Mustangs. And the Mustangs have reestablished control. Dort with 6 kills so far. Morningside with 4. And serving is Junkie. Junkie serve taken by Cade Schmidt. Gets it over to Hoffman. Hoffman, Van Groningen. Van Groningen with the swing, and that one ends up in the bleachers. 9-9 our score. The digger there, but unable to square it up and keep it in play as it ends up in the bleachers. Serving will be Joseph Jang for the Dort defenders. So Jang with service. Defenders and Morningside knotted up at 9-9. And the serve controlled by Vienti. Set goes to the middle. Dort gets a block up, and it just goes out of bounds. Last touch by the defenders. A kill for Wilson. And Morningside leads 10-9. So through one rotation, Morningside has a 10-9 lead. Set number 1. 10-9 our score. Alvis with service, controlled by Schmidt. Gets it to Jang. Back set Van Groningen. Van Groningen Junkie there to pick it up. Goes back outside Vienti, and Vienti hits the antenna. Point defenders. We're tied 10-10. So Vinti, that attack hits the antenna, it wobbles, and our line judge and the R1 both saw it cleanly. And now serving will be Joel Van Groningen. The defenders have led by as many as 2 today, 8-6. And that serve into the net, that's the second service error by Van Groningen this evening, and the defenders trail 11-10. 11-10 our score. And serving for the Mustangs will be Vinti. He's a senior from Italy. This is where Morningside took control early. Dort had to fight back. This time Cade Schmidt with a kill from the outside. He ties it at 11-11. Back-to-back points, hard to come by right now. The last time a team scored back-to-back points, Morningside put together the second three-point run of the night for them. Dort has one three-point run. Serving is Neff. Neff serve taken by Junkie. Goes to Alvis, helped over by Kai Chapman. Comes back outside over the block. Bankred. Dort attacking Jang. Jang, Cade Schmidt. Cade Schmidt delayed and knocks it off of the blocker for the kill. It's 12-11. Cade Schmidt falling away from the net that time, gets the kill, and the defenders trailed a lead 12-11. They've trailed by a pair on a couple occasions. They've led by 2 once. Serve, controlled, sideline, Bankred. Set to Alvis, over the block, saved by Jang, gets it over to Neff. Neff sets it to Schmidt. Schmidt over the block, saved. Outside it goes Bankred. Bankred off the block, saved by the defenders. Joel Van Groningen keeps it alive, helped over by Kaparis, and Kaparis tips it over for the kill. Corey Kaparis with the kill, and the Dort defenders have a 13-11 lead, so the hustle pays off that time for the defenders. They're back up by 2, 13-11. And the jump serve by Neff controlled. Here comes Morningside. Morningside attacking and off the block for the kill. That's Bankred. Bankred with his second kill, I believe. And the Dort defenders have a 13-12 advantage. Dort a 10-6 kills advantage. 3 service errors, though, by the defenders. Morningside has none. Morningside 3 attack errors. Dort with a pair. Morningside has won a serve so far. Jump serve taken by Van Groningen. Gets it left side, and for the kill, Cade Schmidt. Cade Schmidt with the kill makes it 14-12. (14-12) the score. So 14-12 our score. Serving the defenders and Hoffman controlled and pushed down by Cade Schmidt. Schmidt with the kill. It's 15-12 on the overpass. Cade Schmidt records the kill, and we have a timeout on the floor charged to the Mustangs. This timeout brought to you by Vision Companies. Envision the possibilities, create your space. VisionBuilders.com. Back with more in a minute.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Eric Rankin, a proud sponsor of Dort University Defender Athletics. For all your investment needs, call 712-722-0618 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, SPIC. Members Cut, more than meat, where strong values, great food, and hometown spirit comes together. Stop in and taste the difference community makes. Located just south of Scooters on Highway 75.
This is a Dort Media Network student-produced live stream broadcast.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by RA Rentals. Looking for top-notch rental equipment for the next project? Look no further than RA Rentals, located in Sioux Center, Spencer, Storm Lake, and Sioux Falls. RA Rentals, your regional equipment rental experts. Discover more than just inventory, service, and financing for Ford models. Mao Motor Company is committed to exceptional customer service. Mao Motor on Highway 75 North in Sioux Center. Online, maomotor.com. Today's broadcast brought to you by Hague Health Center, proudly serving your local community for nearly 60 years with a commitment to healing body, mind, and spirit.
The Dort defenders with a 15-12 advantage, prompting a Morningside timeout here in set number 1. Serving for the defenders will be Hoffman. And Justin Hoffman with service. And Justin Hoffman, top spin serve controlled by the Mustangs. Mustangs attacking and out of the middle for the kill. That is Eduardo Perazzo. And Perazzo with the kill. 15-13 defenders. Up by 2. Morningside rallying. Malou Wilcox with service. He is a freshman from Hawaii, part of a strong Hawaii contingent for the Mustangs. Cade Schmidt tools it off of the block for the kill at 16-13. And for Cade Schmidt, that is his 5th kill today. Caparis has 3, Van Groningen has 3. Dort hitting .393 as a team. The defenders with a 3-point advantage. Cade Schmidt with the serve and an ace serve. 17-13, the defenders with an ace. Now that is something they did not get much of this weekend. 1 ace serve in the 2 matches with Ottawa and Park. 17-13. And I don't know that that says as much about Dort serving as it does about Park and Ottawa's serve-receive. Set goes to the middle quick. Caparis unable to put it away. Now block put up by the defenders. Morningside will reload. Set goes outside over the top of the block for the kill is Alvis. Alvis with the kill. Natan Alvis with the kill brings it back to a 17-14 margin. Well, the defenders now have that 3-point cushion. Bankred will check out of the contest. Verstraeten will serve. My pronunciation's getting a workout tonight. Verstraeten with service, and the serve taken by the defenders. Right side it goes, and the kill for Nicodemus Elliott. Elliott, I believe his first kill of the night in 3 swings. He's had a few opportunities, but ended up, first couple were squarely into the block. That time he just shot it off the side of the block for the kill. And an ace serve for Colt Schmidt. Schmidt down the line, and the Dort defenders have a 19-14 lead. 19-14 defenders by 5. Serving again will be Colt Schmidt. So Schmidt trying to keep the string going for the defenders, controlled by the Mustangs. Mustangs attacking Vinti. Vinti with the kill. Ferdinando Vinti with the kill. Cuts it back to a 4-point contest at 19-15 for Vinti. That is his 2nd kill of the evening. Serving for the Mustangs will be Junkie. He is a junior from Minnesota. Serve taken by Schmidt. Stops it. Gets it over to Van Groningen. Saved by Junkie. Junkie unable to keep it in play though. Kill for Van Groningen. And for Van Groningen, that is his 4th kill. No errors. 9 total attacks. A .444 kill efficiency for the junior from Ripon, California. Joseph Jang with service. And Jang has service. And Joseph Jang with the floater to the back line. Too much muscle, and the Mustangs back to within 4 at 20-16. Well, thank you to our Dort Media Network crew once again. Spring break, arriving back from spring break, so we've got a few more of our regulars, but we had a lot of people working. We had a few people working a lot of hours to make sure things could keep moving over the break, so we thank them for that. Also our table crew. A serve off of the back line, not a play. It's 21-16 defenders. Joel Van Groningen with serve. Van Groningen serve controlled. Here come the Mustangs. Right side attack, down the line and hitting it wide and out of bounds is Alvis. Dort leads 22-16. Morningside does have a timeout remaining. They're going to let it ride. That's one of the things I have noticed with men's volleyball as opposed to women. It's rare that you see a women's coach let it ride and let the momentum shift. Men's coaches, not uncommon for you to see the team that loses to only utilize one timeout. Serving, Vinti, Dort leading 22-17. Taken by Jang. Outside, Cade Schmidt round the block and misses wide. It's 22-18. So Morningside back to within 4, 22-18. And serving for the Mustangs will be Vinti, Ferdinando Vinti, 6'5" senior from Italy. Dort leading by 4. And the serve taken by Van Groningen, gets it to Jang. Vermeer blocked at the net. It's 22-19, and Coach Chad Hansen is going to use a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Vision Companies. Envision the possibilities, create your space. VisionBuilders.com. Back with more in a minute.
When you add up all the Wi-Fi connected devices in your home these days, you'll be surprised at how many there are and how much bandwidth they're using. Do the math. It just may add up to needing faster Wi-Fi. Premier Communications has you covered with reliable internet speeds up to 1 gig. Keep everything connected with Premier Communications. Visit us online at mypremieronline.com or call at 1-800-741-8351. Premier Communications. Looking ahead.
Today's broadcast brought to you by 712 Nutrition. Transform your health and wellness with 712 Nutrition. Stop in today for healthy, delicious protein shakes bundled with a supportive community. Start feeling your best today.
Find furniture, mattresses, flooring, paint, and window treatments at your local Furniture Mart. They are family-owned and located in downtown Sioux Center. German Farmers Mutual, protecting the farm and home since 1891. Northwest Iowa's local insurance partner. Online at germanfarmers.com.
22-19, Morningside with service, trailing by 3. The defenders trying to maintain control here. And VT serve, taken by Van Groningen, gets it to Jang, back over to Chapman. Chapman with a swing, picked out of the net, pushed over and out of bounds. And the Dort defenders with a 23-19 advantage. 23-19, Dort with a 4-point lead. The defenders recording a kill that time. I beg your pardon, that was recorded as an attack error by Jaime Alvarez, that is. And serving is Neff. So Neff, the Nebraska native, floats it over to the sideline, controlled by Bankred, and Bankred banks it off of the block, and they say that the ball hit the antenna after the block. So Morningside with a point back at 23-20. So the defenders unable to close the block, keep it in play. And that was Alves, Bankred that is, who got the kill. We're going to charge Kai Chapman with that block error. 23-20. And serving for the Mustangs, Shane Kelly. Serve taken by Van Groningen, gets it to Jang, outside Chapman. Chapman cross court, misses wide and out of bounds. 23-21, Morningside crawling back in this one. They've scored 5 out of the last 6 to come back from 22-16 down to 23-21. Dort trying to get to set point. Serve taken by Van Groningen, gets it. Jang outside. Schmidt, Cade Schmidt, blocked at the net, and it falls on the Dort side, and the Morningside Mustangs back to within 1 at 23-22. 23-22, the Mustangs trailing by 1, and the defenders unable to stop the Morningside momentum. They'll utilize a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Vision Companies. Envision the possibilities, create your space. VisionBuilders.com. Back with more in 1 minute. Today's broadcast brought to you by Ployne Publishing. Quality printing from design to delivery.
The Greenhouse, located in Hall, Iowa, bringing you amazing coffee, energy drinks, breakfast, lunch, and so much more. A big city feel, only 10 minutes away from Sioux Center, with a second location opening soon in Sanborn.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Huber's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning of Orange City. Whether you're looking for repairs, replacement, or maintenance for your air conditioning or heating system, Huber's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning of Orange City will exceed your expectation. Today's broadcast brought to you by Cruz & Cruz, PC, certified public accountants. Offices in Sioux Center and Lamar's. Helping you attain your financial goals is their commitment. Today's broadcast brought to you by Joyner and Dort Dentistry, providing implants, dentures, and dental care for your whole family in a modern and friendly atmosphere. Today's broadcast brought to you by Ski-Bout Window and Door, your local window experts. Whether you're building or replacing, Ski-Bout Window and Door has the products, people, and knowledge to get the job done right. See Ski-Bout and see the difference.
Has gotten Morningside to a point where they can serve for the tie here in set number 1. And serving for the Mustangs, this is Shane Kelly again. Kelly with the serve. Taken by Cade Schmidt over to Jang. Jang back over to Chapman. Chapman tanks something off of that one. Gets it around the block, and it's 24-22. And I've said this often in watching Chad Hansen's teams, they usually produce out of a timeout. He seems to know the buttons to push and where to attack. You can only do that twice a set, though. But you make them count. Now the defender's serving for the set and a 1-0 lead. 24-22, defenders up by 2. Serving is Hoffman. And Hoffman's serve controlled by Junkie. Right side off high hands, and the kill for the Mustangs and Natan Alvis. Alvis makes it 24-23. So the Mustangs back to within a point. Let's see if the defenders can get a clean attack out of this. Alvis with his 3rd kill. And serving for the Mustangs is Wilcox. Dort set for serve receive. And the floater taken by Colt. Gets it over to Hoffman. Right side Cade down the line. Cross court. Controlled by Morningside. For the tie. Blocked. Covered by Morningside. Right side Bankred. Block put up by Elliott. Morningside will attack again. Bankred over the block. Here's Van Groningen. Gets it over to Hoffman. Shoots it back over to Van Groningen over the block. Saved by Junkie. Right side Alvis. Alvis cross court. Saved by Hoffman. Gets it over to Colt. Back over to Cade. Cade tips it over. Saved by Morningside. Mustangs attacking. Bankred off high hand. Saved by Colt. Gets it back over to Hoffman. Backside it goes Cade Schmidt off of the block. Saved by Junkie. Here comes Morningside. Passed over the net. Free ball. Cade. Hoffman. Nico off of the block, saved by Morningside. Mustangs attacking. Right side, block put up by the defenders, kept it in play. Morningside keeps it alive, send it over. Colt Schmidt back over to Hoffman. Hoffman, Caparis with the kill. Corey Caparis with the kill, and the Dort defenders take a 1-0 lead in the best-of-5 match, 25-23. So the long rally by the defenders. Dort finally wins the point, and Dort fights off Morningside's comeback attempt in set 1 for a 25-23 win. Let's take a 2-minute break. We'll be back with set number 2 right after this.
Hello, Dort University sports fans. Hope you're enjoying the game, whether you're a family or friend of a team member or a fan of the university. These players and coaches have put in hours and hours of practice, and it shows. There's one more thing that every coach makes sure the team has for each game, and that's a game plan. And no matter the outcome of the game, there's tremendous value in growth in working together as a team to execute that game plan. What about you? Do you have a game plan for your financial life? Or are you so busy with everything else that life throws your way? If you don't have either the time or the desire to spend hours and hours learning and keeping up with the changing rules in the financial world, and then figuring out how that applies specifically to your financial life, you don't have to do it alone. For over 40 years, the planning firm here in Sioux Center has been helping households build and execute their financial game plans on all the things more important than money. I'm Tom DeYoung, president of the planning firm. Check us out on the web or social media, or schedule a complimentary Discover meeting to see how a financial game plan might benefit you. We'll help you build your financial game plan on all the things in your life more important than finances, while being a good steward of the resources God has entrusted to your care. And check out our Money Concepts Radio podcast at moneyconceptsradio.com or on your favorite podcast app, where we dive into relevant financial planning topics to bring clarity to the often confusing, ever-changing rules of the game in the financial world. Enjoy the rest of the game, and remember to spend your most valuable resources, your time and your attention, on the things in life that matter more than money. And go Defenders!
As we pick up play for the second set, let's go ahead and run those Hague Health Center highlights. The Dort defenders with a 25-23 win in set number 1. Dort a 17-11 kill advantage, a 256-154 kill efficiency advantage. Dort with 2 aces. Morningside had 1. Points off of blocks, Dort 1, and Morningside had 3. Those Hague Health Center highlights brought to you by Hague Health Center, proudly serving your local community for nearly 60 years with a commitment to healing body, mind, and spirit. So the Dort Defenders and Morningside Mustangs, Heart of America Athletic Conference, we head to set number 2. With Dort with a 1-0 lead. The defenders took control midway through the set, going from up 13-12 to up 22-16. Certainly looked like the defenders were going to have a relatively easy time of it with a 9-5 run to build that advantage. But Morningside closed with 6 out of 7 before the defenders finally broke service and took the win by taking 2 out of the final 3. The defenders led by Cade Schmidt's 5 kills. Morningside topped by Bankred and Alvis with 3 kills each. Set from behind the spike line, unable to put it away. Cade Schmidt comes back over to Van Groningen. Van Groningen with the swing, pushed back to Morningside. Morningside scrambling. Keeping it alive, comes back Vienti. Vienti unable to put it away. Jang pushes it outside to Van Groningen. Van Groningen off of the block for the kill. Van Groningen with the kill. So Verstraeten, they used him a couple of times on that attack, did Morningside. He's been relatively quiet so far in this one. 3 attacks. Joseph Jang into the net. We're tied 1-1. 1-1 our score, set number 2. And Vienti has service. Ferdinando Vienti. And Vienti lines it up, left-hander serve, taken by Cade Schmidt, too close to the net and put away by Bankred. Bankred makes it 2-1 Morningside. Well, fortunately, you don't get bonus points for hitting it inside the spike line. And Vienti now with service. And Vienti serve, taken by Colt, gets it over to Jang. Jang, right side Van Groningen. Van Groningen digs it up and over, controlled by Cade Schmidt. High pass to Jang. Back to Van Groningen, dug by Junkie. Comes back, and the Dort defenders, Van Groningen and Vermeer with a block that time of Bankred. Dort ties it at 2-2. 2-2 our score. So 2-2 our score. Defenders and Morningside. Joel Van Groningen with service. And Van Groningen serve controlled by the Mustangs. Mustangs attacking from behind the spike line. Alvis. Van Groningen, Jang, Vermeer with the swing and the kill. Vermeer with the kill, and for Lance Vermeer, the junior from Plattsburgh, Missouri, he records the kill, and for Vermeer, that is his second today. And Van Groningen, low hard serve taken by Bankred. Bankred gets the return set. Dort unable to block it. Dort on the attack now. Out of the middle, Vermeer, dug middle back. Right side, Alvis, and Alvis bangs it off the block to tie it. 3-3. 3-3 defenders. And Morningside tied here in set 2. Dort 1, set 1, 25-23. And serving for the Mustangs is Shane Kelly. Kelly did some damage in the first set. From behind the spike line, Van Groningen swing. Controlled, Morningside. Alvis blocked at the net. Morningside scrambling. Bankred cross court. Misses wide and out of bounds. It's 4-3. So an attack error that time by the Mustangs and Bankred. Malou Wilcox will check back into the match. Part of the regular rotation. The Mustangs have 4 players from Hawaii. Set goes to the middle. Dort there to block it. Reloading. Morningside through the block and the kill for the Mustangs. That's Bankred. Bankred ties it 4-4. Bankred with the tie with another kill. And for Bankred, that's his 5th kill. And serving again will be Wilcox. Wilcox serve, taken by Schmidt, gets it to Jang, back over to Schmidt on the combo play, and that time they sent Caparis out wide, and Schmidt came to the middle on the deception. And the Dort defenders with a 5-4 advantage. Justin Hoffman with service. 5-4 our score. Justin's serve controlled by the Mustangs. Set backside and the kill. And the Mustangs tied at 5-5. 5-5 our score on the kill by Bankred. He'll check out of the match. And checking into serve now will be Verstraeten. So Bankred does not serve in this rotation for the Mustangs. Play him front row only. He's an attacker. I believe earlier in his career he was a 6 rotation player. And the floater taken by Colt Schmidt to Hoffman. Hoffman to Elliott. Elliott with the swing, and we've got a player in the net for the Mustangs. And Natan Alvis called for being in the net. And serving will be Cade Schmidt. Cade Schmidt serve taken by Vinti. Right side Alvis. Dort puts a block up. Morningside reloads. Set outside to Vinti. Vinti pops it over the block. Taken by Colt. Gets it over to Hoffman. Back it goes Van Groningen. Van Groningen with the tip and the kill. 7-5. Defenders leading. So 7-5. Defenders by 2. And Cade Schmidt has service. Cade with the jump serve down the line, catches the tape, controlled by the Mustangs. Verstraeten with the tip and the kill. Verstraeten from behind the spike line, taps it around the block, off speed. Junkie now with service. So Junkie with service, and his serve controlled. Hoffman, back it goes Caparis. Caparis out of the middle for the kill. It's 8-6. 8-6. Serving Colt Schmidt. So Colt will line it up, send it over, and his serve controlled. Vinti, right side, and Dort gets the block put up on Alvis. And the defenders with a 3-point lead at 9-6. Joel Van Groningen and Lance Vermeer getting credit for that block for the defenders. Their second block here in set number 2. Controlled by the Mustangs. From behind the spike line, Verstraeten. Hoffman picks it up, passed over the net by Vermeer. Free ball. Set goes to the middle, unable to put it away. Cade Schmidt back over to Hoffman. Hoffman right side, Elliott. Elliott banks it off of the block for the kill. 10-6 our score, and the Mustangs are going to use a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in 1 minute.
At American Investment and Trust, we know financial planning is a never-ending journey, and we have the right team to take you every step of the way. We understand that a solid financial framework can only be built when risks are considered. Planning for tomorrow means starting today. And once you've built a legacy, we help make sure your vision carries on to the next generation. For a comprehensive financial plan, the team at American Investment and Trust is here for you. American Investment and Trust, managing change.
NewTek is your partner for success when purchasing equipment for construction, manufacturing, agriculture, and other industries. Don't miss the opportunity to transform your business and redefine your productivity standards with NewTek.
And today's live stream broadcast brought to you by Verhoof Automotive. Verhoof Automotive in Sioux Center is your local Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, and Buick dealer. Verhoof Automotive, worth the drive from anywhere.
Serving for the defenders will be Colt Schmidt. The defenders leading 10-6. Set number 2. Colt serve taken by Veenti. Set goes outside to Veenti. Dort puts another block up, and the defenders now lead 11-6. 5-point lead for the defenders right now. They've led by as many as 6 this evening. That came in the latter stages of set number 1. Serving again, Colt Schmidt. Colt serve, cross court, taken by Veenti. Up and over and out of bounds, and that'll go as an ace serve. And the Dort defenders lead 12-6. So an ace serve for Colt Schmidt. I believe that's his second of the match. And this time serves into the net. Point Morningside. So the run of 5 points in a row is over. And the Mustangs will now send Jaime Alvarez back into the match. And this is Alvis with service. Alvis with the serve and misses the contact point, sends it long and out of bounds. Point defenders, Dort leads 13-7. 13-7 our score. Serving for the defenders is Perazzo. For the defenders, this will be Jang. Jang with service. So Joseph Jang, jump serve. Controlled middle back by Verstraeten. Outside, it goes to Veenti, and the Dort defenders have shut down that side of the net right now, leading 14-7. That is their 4th block of the set. 14-7 defenders leading by 7. Serving will be Joseph Jang. Jang, serve, floater, taken by Verstraeten. Morningside attacking right side Alvis through the block. Saved by Cade Schmidt. Gets it over to Jang. Jang comes back over to Van Groningen. Blocked at the net. Point Morningside. It's 14-8. 14-8 our score. Set number 2. Dort won set 1, 25-23, holding off a late Morningside rally. So far, Van Groningen and Schmidt have 6 kills each for the defenders. Hoffman has 12 assists. And Veenti with service, taken by Colt Schmidt. Kept alive by Vermeer, pushed over the net by Chapman. Saved by the Mustangs and Junkie. Comes back right side, Dort puts a block up. Chapman and Vermeer team up for the block. It's 15-8. Lance Vermeer and Chapman with the block. The attack error by Alvarez. And the Dort defenders here in this set, a 429 kill efficiency to Morningside's negative 043. Van Groningen with the serve, controlled by the Mustangs, have to run for it. Outside it goes Bankred, unable to put it away. Dort attacking from behind the spike line is Van Groningen. Van Groningen with the swing, kept it alive, Morningside. Morningside sends it over free ball. Van Groningen, Jang. Jang outside Cade Schmidt. Cade Schmidt with the kill. Cade Schmidt with his 7th kill. The defenders in this set, 8 kills, 1 error, 16 swings. Morningside, 24 swings, 5 errors and 5 kills and 6 errors. Dort leading 16-8. Service by Van Groningen is off of the back line and out of bounds. Point Morningside, it's 16-9. So the Mustangs, they used a timeout early. They still have 1 remaining. And this is where Morningside staged a rally with Kelly serving in set 1. They trail right now by 7, 16-9. So serving will be Kelly. And Kelly serve taken by Colt Schmidt. Gets it over to Jang. Jang to Vermeer. Vermeer with a kill. It's 17-9. 17-9 our score. And the defenders with an 8-point lead. Serving for the defenders now will be Bradley Neff. Neff, 11 aces this season. Doesn't have one tonight. Saved by Chapman on the first contact. Schmidt tries to tap it over. And 4 contacts on the defenders. Morningside back to within 17-10 now. Vermeer will check in. Neff will check out. And part of that 3-way swap, and you end up with Colt Schmidt back on the floor as the libero. And serving for the Mustangs is Wilcox. Wilcox serve taken by Schmidt, overpass, and it's pushed down, and the defenders have given away a couple of points here. And it's 17-11. Still some work to do for the defenders, and the Mustangs trying to stay within striking distance. Wilcox serving. And Wilcox with the service, taken by Van Groningen, gets it to Jang, outside Chapman. Chapman around the block, save. Comes back right side, Olvis. Olvis, change up and a kill. 17-12, 3 in a row by the Mustangs. Dort leads by 5, but the Mustangs rallying. Serving will be Wilcox. And Wilcox with the serve, controlled by Colt, gets it over to Jang, pushed over the net by Van Groningen. Free ball for the Mustangs. Set goes outside, and the defenders put a block up. That's Chapman and Caparis on the block of Bankred. Point defenders, it's 18-12. Well, the defenders, I don't know if their communication fell off in that sequence, but they weren't as sharp in that last sequence of points as they had been. Serving is Hoffman for the defenders, taken by the Mustangs. Block put up by the defenders, pushed over. Could have been a carry called on the defenders. No call made. Hoffman back to Colt. Comes back over to Cade. Cade tools it off of the block for the kill. Every once in a while, I think the speed of the game goes too fast, and the officials did not see that lift. And from our vantage point up in the balcony, appeared to be pretty clear that it could have been. But the officials don't have the same angle we do on that particular play, and they let it play on, and Dort takes advantage. And now falling away is Alvis. Alvis unable to do anything with it, and the defenders lead 20-12. This is a Morningside team that made it into the top 15 of the national ratings last week and promptly got beat by Grandview on the road 3-2, and then lost a pair this weekend to Ottawa and Grandview. Swing by Elliott, unable to put it away. Colt Schmidt on the continue. Comes back, left side, it goes middle to Caparis. Caparis with the kill. It's 21-12. 21-12, Corey Caparis with the kill. Caparis now with 6 kills. Hoffman serve, controlled by the Mustangs. Outside Olvis, off high hand, saved by Van Groningen. Touches a speaker up in the rafters, and putting it away is Elliott, and Dort leads 22-12. 22-12, Morningside has a timeout remaining. They're going to use it. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in a minute.
Welcome to Sioux Center, Iowa. Life in the center of everything. Where we connect with friends, coworkers, family, and the great outdoors. Knowing that in Sioux Center, you're never far from making the next great memory. And we grow great companies that make cutting-edge breakthroughs to make life better here and around the world. And when it's time to play, we keep friendship, family, and a bright future at the center of everything.
Today's Dort Media Network live stream broadcast is produced by the students of Dort University.
And brought to you by Pizza Ranch, buffet, carry out, or delivery. Today's broadcast is sponsored by Northside Body Shop. When you expect the very best in the repair of your vehicle, call Northside Body Shop Limited today. Serving the Sioux Center area since 1955. 712-722-2313.
22-12 our score. The Dort defenders with the lead. Morningside using their final timeout and taking a few extra seconds here in the timeout huddle. Didn't break the huddle promptly, and now they come out. Serving is Hoffman. So the defenders trying to take a 2-0 lead in this best-of-5 match. Hoffman's serve controlled by the Mustangs. Mustangs lead with the kill out of the middle. Perazzo with the kill. It's 22-13. Now for Morningside, they've got to string 3 or 4 together a couple different times. Verstraeten with service. And Verstraeten with service. And Verstraeten serve, a floater off of the back line and out of bounds. Point defenders. Dort leads 23-13. And the defenders with a 10-point lead and 2 points to go. And an opportunity to take a 2-0 lead in the best-of-5 match. Cade Schmidt with service. Overpass on the serve. Free ball. Colt, Hoffman, back over to Van Groningen. Kill. 24-13. Joel Van Groningen with the kill, and for Joel, that's his 7th kill of the match, I should say. And the defenders hitting .324 as a team, and now on set point, 24-13. Cade Schmidt serve controlled, goes back, and missing wide and out of bounds is Vienti. Vienti tries to go down the line with a left-handed attack, hits it wide and out of play, and the defenders take set 2, 25-13. We'll be back with set number 3 from the DeWitt Gym in 2 minutes.
Hi, this is Alex with Outdoor Elements. We've been the region's premier landscape company for over 15 years. With our own in-house landscape designer, we create extraordinary outdoor spaces where you will make memories with family and friends. We do all types of landscaping, and we're the region's only certified pool professionals. We specialize in saltwater pools, which are easy to maintain and gentle on your skin. Check out our website at OutdoorElementsInc.com. We make your landscape as beautiful as your home. When you want the best, contact us at 712-476-5299 or email us at info@OutdoorElementsInc.com.
Today's broadcast brought to you by Snyder Insurance and Financial Group of Sioux Center, offering life, health, Medicare supplements, annuities, and more. Trusted service and exceptional products with you in mind since 1973. Today's broadcast brought to you by 712 Realty, a team of realtors in Northwest Iowa with the drive, care, and results you need to buy or sell your home. Visit them online, 712realty.com, leading you home. This broadcast brought to you by the Ullman Funeral Homes. Chad Ullman, Lori Ewell, and Taylor Van Witchell providing professional attention to every detail.
We really want to give them practice skills that they can use to serve their clients or serve the organizations that they work for.
One of the benefits that our students are going to have throughout the process is the different backgrounds that people are walking into this program with, and then being able to have conversations with people who aren't in the exact same field as them as they go through.
As a student, you're able to tailor your assignments to really connect with what you are learning in the classroom, and then also with what you're doing in your regular everyday life.
The Dort defenders take set number 2, 25-13. Let's go ahead and take a look at those Hague Health Center highlights. Hague Health Center, proudly serving your local community for nearly 60 years with a commitment to healing body, mind, and spirit. The defenders had a 13-8 kills advantage, hit .440 for the set. Morningside was limited to negative numbers. They had 8 kills and 9 errors, a negative .029. Points off of blocks, 6 for the defenders, 1 for Morningside. The defenders are led so far by Cade Schmidt with 8 kills, Joel Van Groningen with 7. For the Mustangs, they're topped by Mohammed Bankred with 7. And Natan Alvis has 5. We get set for the third set. This best of 5 match. Dort trying to close it out in 3. Morningside trying to extend it. And serving for the Mustangs. That is the setter Wilcox out of the middle. Vermeer unable to put it away. Morningside attacking, tipped over the block, and the tip and the kill for the Mustangs. And Bankert. 1-0, Morningside in front. Morningside has led in every set. They have had a lead in every set. That one's too close to the net. Saved by the defenders. It goes to Van Groningen. Van Groningen unable to put it away. Morningside pops it over the block. Saved by Colt Schmidt. Comes back to Jang. Pushed over the block. Pushed around the block. That was Chapman. Dort puts the block up that time. Two to nothing our score. So 2-0 our score. Morningside in front early in set number 3. Dort won set 1, 25-23. Won set 2, 25-13. Really pulled away late in that one. Jang back set to Van Groningen. Van Groningen through the block. Van Groningen with the kill. 2-1 our score. Defenders trailing by a point. And Joel Van Groningen has service. And Van Groningen with the serve taken by the Mustangs. Over the block and the kill for the Mustangs. And getting that kill is Perazzo. Makes it 3-1. So 3-1 Morningside. And checking into serve for the Mustangs will be Verstraeten. Verstraeten with service. And Verstraeten with serve. His team leading 3-1. And the defenders, Cade Schmidt over to Jang. Jang to Vermeer. Vermeer with a kill. It's 3-2. 3-2 our score. Vermeer with the kill off that quick attack. So Lance Vermeer, who came into the match averaging 1.7 kills per set. Lance now has 4 kills. All this off high hands, saved by Neff. Jang chases it, comes back over to Cade Schmidt, blocked at the net. Neff covers it, comes back to Van Groningen. Van Groningen power tip from behind the spike line. Alvis around the block for the kill. Natan Alvis with the kill. It's 4-2. 4-2. Mustangs up by 2. Serving for the Mustangs will be Tucker Junke. So Junke with service. And Junke's floater taken by Van Groningen. Cade Schmidt has to get it on the second contact. Sends it over to Cade Chapman. Cade Chapman hits it long and out of bounds. Point Morningside. It's 5-2. So the defenders trailing early in set number 3. Set numbers 1 and 2. They won 25-23 and 25-13. And the serve by Junke. Taken by Van Hoff. Comes back, Van Groningen that is, now pushed over the net, saved by the defenders. Goes back outside, and Cade Schmidt tools it off the block for the kill, and the defenders trail 5-3. 5-3 defenders. And serving will be Justin Hoffman. Hoffman with service, and Hoffman serve controlled. Morningside attacking, power tip, and a kill. Out of the middle for that power tip for Morningside, that is Francisco Colachon. Puts the Mustangs up 6-3. So 6-3 our score. And the Mustangs have service. Serve taken by Colt Schmidt. Gets it outside. Nicodemus Elliott unable to put it away. Junkie there to pick it up. Comes back over to Alvis. Alvis around the block. Van Groningen goes after it on the back line. Back over to Elliott. Elliott blocked at the net point. Morningside. It's 7-3 Morningside. So Elliott blocked on the play, and the Mustangs have the 4-point lead, and the defenders are going to use a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Vision Companies. Envision the possibilities, create your space. VisionBuilders.com. Back with more in a minute.
I think one of the distinctives for our program is that we're designing it for everyone, whether they have a background in business or they don't have a background in business. Students can take what they're learning in class and bring it right back into work. There's a real practical sense within the program of saying, this isn't just a big idea that's out there and you're walking through the hoops to be able to get done, but let's benefit your business tomorrow with the program that you're going through.
Hey Defender Nation, did you know that Dort Athletics has over 700 student athletes that make up less than 50% of the student body? We want to invite you to join the Defender Gold Club and support those student athletes, our staff, and coaches this season. Your charitable donation helps advance Defender Athletics and the Defender Way. Last year, we were just shy of 900 members in the Defender Gold Club. Help us reach that 1,000 member mark this year. By becoming a member, you will directly support the student athletes and coaches here at Dort University. Thanks for watching. Go Defenders.
Jump serve taken by the defenders. Hoffman back over to Caparis. Caparis with the swing out of the middle and the kill, and the defenders trail 7-4. So Corey Caparis records the kill for Caparis, his 7th of the match. Comes in averaging right at 1 kill per set, so better than his season average. Cade Schmidt serves into the net. Point Morningside. Morningside back up by 4 at 8-4. 8-4 our score. Serving Alvis. Natan Alvis serving. And Alvis with the serve taken by Colt. Gets it over to Hoffman. Van Groningen. Van Groningen with the attack. There was no touch at the net. Point Morningside. It's 9-4. So Morningside with a 5-point lead. 9-4 our score. And serving, Morningside, taken by Cade. Comes back right side, Elliott. Elliott off of the block, saved by Morningside. Set goes outside Bankred. Bankred off of the block, saved by the defenders. Hoffman, quick attack, Caparis around the block, saved by Junkie. From behind the spike line, Alvis with the change up in the kill. It's 10-4. So Morningside with the early control here in set number 3, trying to neutralize the momentum that the defenders had after sets 1 and 2. And the defenders, I'm not so sure they've relaxed here, but have not been as sharp here in set number 3, and the opponent has something to do with that as well. Alvis serve taken by Colt Schmidt, comes back outside Van Groningen. Van Groningen blocked at the net point Morningside. Morningside scored 4 points in a row, 6 of the last 7, and 8 of the last 10. So they've gone from up 3-2 to up 11-4. This will be Alvis with service. Coming up this weekend, Dort Athletics, the Dort Defender women's basketball team, hosting the NAI National Championship first and second round. 4th year in a row that they are doing that here at the DeWitt Gym. Dort will be playing Simpson on Friday at 5:30. Rocky Mountain and Southern Oregon will play the 7:30 game, with a winners meeting on Saturday afternoon at 3 o'clock for the right to move on to Sioux City the following week on Thursday or Friday. Serving, Cade Schmidt. Schmidt, floater, controlled Mustangs. Mustangs attacking outside, off of the block. Bankred kept it alive. Did Schmidt, over to Cade, back to Joel. Joel unable to put it away from the outside. Morningside attacking, right side block put up by the defenders, but a player in the net for the defenders. So they're going to say that a Dort player was in the net off on the block. And the Mustangs have service, so the defenders surrender the point. Looked like they were going to get a block point, and now serve into the net by Kelly, and the defenders now have to start chipping away, trailing 12-6. 12-6 our score. Defenders down a half dozen. Let's see if they can get it back to 3 or 4 soon. The longer you wait, or the longer Morningside is able to hold off the defenders, the tougher the rally gets, obviously, the less runway you have to work with. Serving is Jang, the junior from Abbotsford, British Columbia, for the defenders. His floater, sideline controlled. Now tipped over the net, pushed back over by Vermeer. Mustangs attacking, pushed to the sideline by Chapman. They're letting it go at the net. Here's Bankred around the block. Pancake saved by Colt Schmidt, and Bankred will get a kill, 13-6. 13-6 our score. Mustangs leading by 7, and serving for the Mustangs will be Wilcox. Well, the defenders in control, but Morningside putting a chink in the armor here. And passed up and over, free ball. Here comes Morningside, and the defenders just haven't been as sharp here in set number 3. Pirazzo with the kill. It's 14-6, and Morningside has their biggest lead of the set. And Dort's going to use a timeout, trailing 14-6. Timeout on the floor, charged to the defenders. This timeout brought to you by Vision Companies. Envision the possibilities, create your space. VisionBuilders.com. Back with more after this 1-minute timeout. Morningside has service, leading 14-6, trying to take set number 3. The defenders have to come from behind now. They don't have a timeout to work with. And Van Groningen's attack off of the blocker, off of the dagger and out of bounds on Dort's side, and the defenders trail 14-7. 14-7 the score. Serving is Van Groningen. Van Groningen taken by Veenti. Right side, unable to put it away. Bankred. Dort attacking. Back to Cade Schmidt off high hands. Now up into the ceiling. Controlled by the Mustangs. Mustangs off high hands. Saved by Van Groningen. Back over to Jang. Tapped over by Schmidt. Now an overpass. Cade Schmidt puts it away, and they're going to say Cade Schmidt was on the net. Point Morningside. Morningside, Cade Schmidt gets called for being in the net, so Morningside gets the point. 15-7, defenders down 8, so Dort unable to dent the Morningside advantage up to this point. Verstraeten with service, and his serve taken by Schmidt, gets it Jang. And the attack blocked by Alvis, and Alvis gives Morningside a 16-7 lead. So Morningside in front, and the Mustangs in control in set 3. Dort leading the match 2-0. Taken by Cade Schmidt, comes back, pushed over the net by Chapman. Chapman will get credit for the kill. Around the conference, Grandview defeats Clark 3-0. UHSP over Culver Stockton 3-0. Missouri Valley up on Missouri Baptist 2-0 and leading in set 3, 15-12 at last check. So they're positioning themselves nicely for a win. Set goes Verstraeten. Verstraeten might have been in front of the spike line on that attack. No call made. Controlled by the Mustangs. Mustangs attacking Olvis. Saved by Van Groningen. Up into the ceiling. Dort attacking. Back over to Cade Schmidt. Tools it off of the block. Here comes Morningside. Morningside unable to put it away. Back over to Cade Schmidt. Schmidt unable to put it down. Set goes outside. Off high hands. Saved by the defenders. Comes back over to Caparis. Caparis with the swing. And a player in the net for Morningside. 16-9 our score. So 16-9, defenders down 7. And the serve to the back line, nearly an overpass, and putting it away out of the middle for the Mustangs is Pirazzo. Pirazzo makes it 17-9. 17-9. Controlled by Van Groningen. Outside it goes Chapman. Chapman off of the block. Dort reloads. Back to Van Groningen from behind the spike line. Morningside. Set goes outside Olvis. And Olvis blocked at the net. Point defenders. It's 17-10. (17-10). And serving is Hoffman. Hoffman jump serve. Dort down 17-10. Need to rally here for the defenders. Comes back. Junkie. Junkie sets right side and the defenders with a block. The attack that time by the Mustangs. Wilson. Wilson got blocked and the defenders are back to within 6 at 17-11. Dort scored 4 of the last 5. And the serve controlled, an overpass, and Cade Schmidt there to dunk it down. 17-12, defenders down 5, and Morningside's going to call a timeout. Dort trying to generate some momentum, trailing 17-12. This timeout brought to you by Vision Companies. Envision the possibilities, create your space. VisionBuilders.com, back with more in a moment.
How can I join Defender Forever? It's easy. Go to dort.edu/forever and sign up. You'll not only stay connected with the Dort community, but also support the future of Defender Nation. Start Forever now. Once you sign up, you will receive exclusive perks, brand new gear, event access, and the latest Dort news. Be part of something special. Be part of Defender Forever.
At Dort, every sporting event is a chance for students to learn and for our community to come together. Through the Dort Media Network, students gain real experience, capturing moments and sharing them with fans everywhere.
Our students handle every part of the broadcast.
We are asking for your investment to support the broadcast and the team behind it.
You're helping students learn while Defender broadcasts run with excellence. Thanks for watching. Go Defenders. (17-12), the defenders down by 5, trying to get some momentum going for a rally. Hoffman serve, catches the tape. Here comes Morningside, outside Olvis, blocked at the net, and just misses wide and out of bounds. Point Morningside, it's 18-12. 18-12, defenders down by 6. Time becomes a real issue here, or points become a real issue here. And the Mustangs serve to the back line, taken by Van Groningen. Back to Van Groningen. Van Groningen from behind the spike line for the kill. It's 18-13. Can he get it back to 3 here? Need a couple more points. Cade Schmidt serving. He might be the guy to do it. Cade Schmidt, junior from Palmdale, California. And Cade serve, taken by Verstraeten. Controlled. And tooling it off the block for the kill is Olvis. And Morningside inches closer to the needed 25. They trail 19-13. Missouri Valley keeping an eye on that one. They're up on Missouri Baptist 2-0, 21-18 in set 3. Well, barring a comeback here, we're going to be headed to set 4. See if the defenders have a comeback in them. Beanty serve taken. Comes back right side. And Elliott with the kill. It's 19-14. Feel a lot better if the defenders were at 2 or 3 points the difference right now. They've got to, can't waste any time now. Waste opportunities is the more apt description. Serve taken by Junkie. Outside it goes, and the kill for Bankred. Bankred with the kill. It's 20-14. So Bankred has come alive here in set number 3. He's got 11 kills to lead all players. Van Groningen and Schmidt each have 10. The defenders, after hitting 440 in set 2, 0.86 kill efficiency here in set 3. Morningside 13 kills and just 3 errors on their side of the ledger. Serve taken by Schmidt. Gets it. Hoffman back over to Van Groningen. Van Groningen with the lift. The lift by Bankred that time on the kill by Van Groningen. But Morningside content to play side-out volleyball here. Just don't give up strings of points and you're fine if you're Morningside. Serving for the defenders will be Joseph Jang. And Jang with the jump serve, a floater controlled. Morningside attacking, and the defenders got the block there, but it was late. And Vermeer unable to close it. Ball ends up in the bleachers on the opposite side of the gymnasium from us. Point Morningside, it's 21-15. So the Mustangs positioning themselves to force set 4. The defenders need a rally here. Jang, right side Van Groningen. Van Groningen down the line for the kill. It's 21-16. Well, the defenders got down by 9 at 16-7, and that might just prove to be too much to overcome. Got Joel Van Groningen serving. Van Groningen serve taken by Beanty. Clean pass. Comes back right side. Dort puts a block up. Morningside reloads. Off high hands. Here's Dort's chance. Jang. Schmidt pushes it. Back over to Chapman. Now a joust at the net. A lot of hands up there. Dort with a chance. Unable to finish it. Now here's Cade Schmidt. Schmidt with the swing. Pancake save by Morningside. Saved by Colt. Gets it over to Jang. Tapped over the net by Vermeer. Save. Right side it comes. Bankred around the block. Saved by the defenders. Comes back right side. Cade Schmidt. Schmidt tools it off of the block for the kill, and the defenders have back-to-back points. They trail 21-17. Cade Schmidt able to wipe that one off of the block. 21-17. Defenders down 4. Morningside will use their final timeout. This timeout brought to you by Vision Companies. Envision the possibilities, create your space. VisionBuilders.com. Back with more in a minute.
In the Dome, we have a space available for 2 full-size softball fields. However, this space is also utilized by the football, baseball, and soccer teams, as well as for other various athletic events. Another great thing about the American State Bank Sports Complex is that it's not just for Dort athletes. It's for the entire community, whether that's high school soccer leagues, open turf time, or even a space for intramurals. Hope you stop by soon.
Joel Van Groningen serving for the defenders. Dort down 21-17. Trying to rally from what was a 9-point deficit at one point. They're back to within 4 here. Van Groningen serve. And Van Groningen serves long and out of bounds. 22-17 Morningside. And the Mustangs with a 5-point cushion, 3 points to go. Defenders need to get the point back almost immediately. Well, they do need to get it back immediately. Just becomes too challenging. Strings of points hard to come by. Verstraeten with service. And Verstraeten serve. Taken by Colt Schmidt. To Jang. Over to Cade Schmidt. Cade Schmidt power tip. Outside it goes. Alvis. Alvis down the line. And Alvis. The ball hits the antenna. They called, the back line judge called that the ball hit the antenna. 22-18. Defenders are down 4 with service. So 22-18. And serving will be Neff. Bradley Neff serving. Dort down by 4. And Neff serve controlled. Here come the Mustangs. Set goes outside Alvis. Alvis tools it off the block for the kill. 23-18. Defenders down 5. And the Mustangs with Junkie serving. Tucker Junkie. So the defenders running out of points. And Junkie serve taken by Van Groningen. Gets it. Jang. Right side. Cade Schmidt around the block. Saved by Alvis. Alvis from behind. Well off of the net. Unable to put it away. Dort picks it up. Van Groningen. Van Groningen to Schmidt. Schmidt locked at the net. Point Mustangs. 24-18. And the Mustangs serving for the set. 24-18. Morningside. Set number 3. Trying to cut the lead down to 2-1. Serve taken by Cade. Gets it over to Jang. Outside Chapman. Chapman with a kill. 24-19. Now Dort's pass on the money that time. And when the pass is there, opens up options for the setter. Defenders, no room for error though. And you need 5 points here in a row with Hoffman serving. Justin Hoffman serving. Need 1. You can't get 5 without 1. So Morningside attacking. Set goes outside Alvis. Alvis cross court. Hits the sideline and a kill. And the Mustangs take set number 3. 25-19. So Morningside back to within a 2-1 deficit in this best of 5 match. Let's take a 2-minute break. We'll be back with set number 4 from the DeWitt Gym right after this.
Thank you for being here as we celebrate the launch of Dort University's Master of Science in Nursing Family Nurse Practitioner Program.
At Dort University, our NPs will be prepared as Christian nurses, where their practice reflects their faith, acknowledging the value of anyone in their care as a child of God, worthy of dignity and compassion.
I hope you leave understanding that this is more than just a new graduate degree. It's a commitment to healthcare, to urban and rural communities, to preparing nurses who serve with skill, integrity, purpose as the hands and feet of Christ.
This is a Dort Media Network student-produced live stream broadcast.
We strive to build community from before you step foot on campus to years after you graduate. We want to give Dort students the chance to live and learn together and create meaningful, lifelong relationships that are rooted in faith.
Each year, more students find their place at Dort University. Through top-ranked academics and athletics, Dort continues to flourish and grow. But what defines Dort goes far beyond national recognition. It's an unwavering commitment to prepare graduates to serve in a changing world. But that mission doesn't end at graduation. It continues through the work and leadership of our graduates until all is made new.
We head to set number 4. Dort leading in the match 2-1. Morningside taking set number 3, 25-19. Our Hague Health Center highlights brought to you by Hague Health Center, proudly serving your local community for nearly 60 years with a commitment to healing body, mind, and spirit. The defenders a 130 kill efficiency in set number 3. Morningside 308. 16 kills and 4 errors for the Mustangs. For the defenders, 13 kills and 7 errors, and it's just too much of a hole to dig out of for the defenders as they got down 16-7, still down 17-9 and 18-12. They rallied to within 4 at 22-18, and that is as close as they would get. Morningside wins it 25-19. The Mustangs led by Alvis with 11 and Bankred with 11 kills. For the defenders, Joel Van Groningen with 12, Cade Schmidt with 11, Justin Hoffman with 18 assists, Joseph Jang with 17, 11 digs for Colt Schmidt, 18 digs for Tucker Junke. And serving for the defenders will be Joseph Jang. So the defenders leading 2-1. Let's see if they're able to refocus. Felt like they lost just a little bit of focus in set number 4. One to nothing our score on that tip and kill for the Mustangs. Pirazzo gets the kill. And serving will be Verstraeten. Verstraeten with service. And the serve taken by Cade. Gets it over to Jang. Jang right side Joel. Joel Van Groningen hits it into the tape. Point Morningside. And for the defenders, you can ill afford to allow space for the Mustangs to work with and develop confidence in set number 4. Missouri Valley has beaten Missouri Baptist 3-0. And serving Verstraeten, short serve taken by Colt, gets it over to Jang. Jang, quick attack, Vermeer, unable to put it away. Here comes Morningside. Morningside attacking off high hands, unable to put it down. Alvis pushed back over by Vermeer. Verstraeten from behind the spike line. Dort attacking Jang, gets it back over to Kai Chapman. Kai Chapman with a kill. It's 2-1. So Kai Chapman with the kill. Mount Mercy leads William Penn 2-1 in Oskaloosa. That's the only other match still being played. Dort trailing 2-1. Van Groningen serve and around the block for the kill that time. Taking something off of it was Alvis, and Alvis gives Morningside a 3-1 lead. So Grandview swept Clark. UHSP swept Culver Stockton. Missouri Baptist swept by Missouri Valley. Junke serve wide and out of bounds. Dort trails 3-2. So Park did not play today. Missouri Valley goes to 8-1. Morningside still playing. Ottawa didn't play. William Penn playing. Dort playing. Grandview won. They're 7-4. Serving Morningside set to Verstraeten. Verstraeten with the kill. Verstraeten with the kill from behind the spike line. It's 4-2. UHSP also getting a win, so they go to 5-6. Missouri Baptist falls to 4-7. Culver Stockton, they drop to 0-9. Clark falls to 1-10. And the serve is into the net. Point defenders. Dort trails 4-3. And this one feels a little bit like the Ottawa match on Friday night, where the defenders had a challenging stretch, and then just a 3 or 4 point run gave them some confidence again, and they rolled from there. Hoffman serving, and Hoffman serve controlled. Set, right side, and the block put up by the defenders. And it was in, and Natan Alvis has not been pleased with some of the calls today, and he's visibly shown that. Morningside attacker. Controlled, Morningside, back to Alvis. Alvis with the kill, it's 5-4. Very demonstrative on a couple of calls that he thought of should have gone the other way. He's now got 13 kills. Also has 6 digs, does Alvis, and now he serves. Dort trails 5-4. And Alvis, top spin serve taken by the defenders. Cade Schmidt, back it goes Caparis. Caparis out of the middle for the kill. So Corey Caparis with the kill, and the defenders tied up at 5-5. For Corey Caparis, that's his 8th kill. He's had a little more success in the middle than Lance Vermeer has today. Cade Schmidt, serve taken by Junkie. Overpass and trying to push it down, and Caparis does. Caparis took something off of that one to make sure it stayed in play. And the serve short, controlled by Morningside. Morningside attacking through the block, saved by Hoffman. Gets it to Schmidt. Schmidt, Van Groningen swipes it off of the block, and the defenders have scored 3 in a row, and they lead 7-5. 7-5, defenders up 2. And serving again will be Schmidt. Cade Schmidt, serve controlled. Outside it goes Bankred, unable to put it away. Hoffman picks it out of the ceiling. Comes back over to Schmidt, taps it over. Set, back to Bankred, Hoffman, pushed over the net, saved again by Schmidt. That's Colt, back right side, and Elliott with the kill. That all began with Hoffman not giving up on it out of the ceiling when it danced on the lights here and fell down, and he was able to find it, keep the ball alive, and the defenders have an 8-5 lead. Morningside will utilize a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in a minute.
You have field work. You're going to get to work with real students in real classrooms. And we've designed this all. You can do it all at a distance from campus. You don't have to come to campus for any of it.
When we think about students with disabilities, these students are important. They're valuable, and they're worth the time it's going to take us to address their needs.
This is a Dort Media Network student-produced live stream broadcast.
Find a project that applies to your local context, that helps you as a teacher in your classroom, and do a deep dive on it. Like, we're always trying to be like, what does this have to do with the place in which you serve?
The Dort defenders with a 3-point lead at 8-5 here in set number 4. Dort leading in the match 2-1, 25-23, 25-13, and 19-25. And Cade Schmidt has service. Taken by the Mustangs, and Alvis from behind the spike line with the kill. Natan Alvis as good as advertised tonight. 14 kills for him to go with 6 digs. Colt Schmidt now has 12 digs for the defenders. 10 for Joel Van Groningen. He's been getting a workout. Morningside with service. And the serve taken by Cade Schmidt. Hoffman has to chase it, doesn't have options. Pushed over by Elliott. Here comes Morningside with a chance. Bankred off of the block. Dort times it out. Dort attacking. Back over to Van Groningen. Van Groningen with the tip. Power tip. Dort, Caparis there to block it. Morningside reloads over to Bankred. Bankred hits the antenna. Point defenders. Dort leads 9-6. So Bankred that time hits the antenna on the near side, and you saw the antenna wobble. And the Dort defenders lead 9-6. Serving Colt Schmidt. And Colt's serve controlled. Morningside pushed over. Pancake saved by Hoffman. Right side attack, Elliott. Elliott with the kill. So a pancake for the defenders and Justin Hoffman. Hoffman playing the second half of the season in that 6-2 offense and steadily progressing. Gives the defenders a little more length at the setter position in that second setter spot. Dort puts a block up. Morningside backhanded over. And the Mustangs get a point. And getting the point, that was Jaime Alvarez. Alvarez with the kill. It's 10-7, so even though it feels like Dort has controlled the last while, 6 out of 8 points, they only lead by 3, 10-7. Serving is the setter, Wilcox. Elliott tips it, and the kill. So Nicodemus Elliott with the kill. 11-7 our score. Well, when the defenders lost that conference opener against Morningside, you have to wipe that one away quickly. That was a disappointing loss in Sioux City for the defenders. And they had to regroup, and this match carries some importance because Morningside trying to get the tiebreaker with the defenders. Not only a loss, but hand them a loss, but also get the tiebreaker advantage. And the Mustangs hanging in there, an 11-weight difference. Perazzo with the kill. So Perazzo with the kill, his 8th. And the serve taken by Schmidt. That's Colt with a bump set over to Chapman. Tries to throw it over. Controlled by the defenders. Colt Schmidt bumps it right side over to Van Groningen. Van Groningen with the swing. Up into the ceiling. Kept alive versus Thraet and passed over the net. Junkie, Dort attacking. Right side, Van Groningen. Picked up by the defenders. Kept it alive. Passed over the net by Chapman. Saved by the Mustangs. Mustangs attacking. Right side roll shot. Here's your chance. Cade. Jang. Vermeer. Kill. 12-8. Dort gets the kill on the Lance Vermeer. Credit Morningside keeping that one alive as it bounced off of the structure. The support structure of the baskets on the far side above the Dort student section. Joel Van Groningen serve taken by Junkie. Set goes outside and through the block for the kill is Alvis. Natan Alvis with his 15th kill. Bankred has 11. And Junkie with service. Dort leading 12-9. And Junkie serve taken by Van Groningen. Back over to Jang. Pushed over the net by Vermeer. Saved by Junkie. Right side Alvis off high hands. Saved by Van Groningen in the back row. Jang shoots it over to Schmidt. Cade Schmidt unable to put it down. Set back over to Alvis. Alvis tools it off of the block for the kill. 12-10. So Morningside now trying to rally after Dort had as much as a 4-point lead. They've cut it in half at 12-10. It was 12-8. Serving is Junkie. Junkie's serve taken by Schmidt. Colt Schmidt. They eventually get it over to Cade Schmidt, and Cade Schmidt records the kill. Cade Schmidt with the kill. He's got 12. Van Groningen has 13. Corey Caparis has 9 so far. Joseph Jang and Justin Hoffman with 20 and 21 assists respectively, and you've got Colt Schmidt with 5 assists. Serving for the defenders is Neff. Morningside attacking from behind the spike line is Verstraeten, and Verstraeten hits it long and out of bounds. 14-10. Verstraeten hits it long and out of bounds. I could not tell from my vantage point, moving with a lot of velocity, and the R1 took over that time and called it out. Set goes to the middle and out of the middle with the kill is Kolashon. 14-11, defenders by 3. Defenders trying for their 17th win of the year, their 7th of the conference season. Morningside sitting at 17-7 as well. They've lost 3 in a row. Serve controlled, Van Groningen, Jang, Schmidt. Kate Schmidt with the kill out of the middle, and there's that combo play again, a little deception. And Cade Schmidt records the kill. It's 15-11. Justin Hoffman with service. He's a junior from Ripon. That has turned into the honeypot for the defenders in terms of their recruiting. That's been a very fertile ground for the defenders. And an ace serve for Justin Hoffman. And the Dort defenders lead 16-11. Keep waiting for Dustin Hoffman to sneak out. Calling Justin's name. Verstraeten checks out of the match. Morningside will get an extra passer in for serve receive. Van Groningen serve taken by Junkie. Right side it goes. Alvis unable to put it away. Dort attacking. Colt comes back over to Elliott. Elliott unable to put it down. Set goes outside. Unable to put it down. Covered by Hoffman. Colt Schmidt passes it over to Cade. Cade passes it over the net. Free ball. Here comes Morningside. Morningside Alvis. Alvis with the kill. And the setter that time able to hold the blocker and left Alvis over there one-on-one, isolating him. And now Alvis will serve. So Natan Alvis with service. Dort leading 16-12. Dort trying to finish this one out in 4. And Natan Alvis with service. Cade Schmidt gets it. Hoffman back over to Van Groningen. Van Groningen from behind the spike line. Cade Schmidt there to dunk it down. 17-12. Cade Schmidt with the kill. (17-12) defenders by 5. Set number 4. Cade Schmidt serving. And Cade's serve is into the net. Point Morningside at 17-13. Well, coming up this weekend, Dort basketball on Friday. Also National Championship basketball first round. We'll have both contests for you. Won't be on the Dort Media Network, though. It'll be on Urban Edge Network. All those links will be appropriately assigned on our website. 17-13, and the serve into the net by Shane Kelly. It's 18-13. So 18-13 our score. Checking in for the Mustangs will be Junkie. So Junkie will check in. Colt Schmidt has service. And Colt Schmidt with serve, controlled by the Mustangs. Mustangs set to the middle and a kill for Perazzo. Perazzo makes it 18-14. So Perazzo keeping Morningside in it. Morningside kind of where Dort was in set number 3, where they had a significant deficit to work against. Just never able to turn the corner. Wilcox serving. Wilcox serve taken by Van Groningen. Back over to Hoffman. Power tip by Elliott. Junkie. Alvis. Saved by Colt. Gets it over to Hoffman. Hoffman. Back to Van Groningen. Van Groningen with the swing. And we've got a couple of players shaken up for Morningside. Junkie and Alvis shaken up. The ball dropped on Dort's side of the net. Alvis and Junkie colliding, and Alvis, it appears, taking the worst of that. And it's a 3-point contest at 18-15. 18-15, Wilcox serving. Morningside not dead yet. And Wilcox serve, taken by Van Groningen to Hoffman. Hoffman, Vermeer. Vermeer taps it over the net. Saved by Wilcox. Comes back left side off the block and the kill for Bankred. Bankred with the kill, and it's back to 18-16. 3 points in a row for the Mustangs, and Dort's going to use a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in a minute.
Hey Defender Nation, my name is Darren Kaiser and I'm excited to serve as the new athletic director at Dort University. Thank you for tuning in to the Dort Media Network and supporting Defender Athletics. As an athletic department, we are committed to the Defender way. This means we are committed to the Great Commission, developing servant leaders, the academic development of our student athletes, and the pursuit of championships. I'm eager to join with you in supporting our athletes this year. Thank you for watching Defender Athletics on the Dort Media Network. Go Defenders!
18-16, Dort with a 2-point lead. Dort uses their first timeout. Both teams have one timeout remaining. Morningside trying to force a set 5. Dort trying to close it out here in set number 4. Mustangs serving, taken by Van Groningen to Hoffman. Back over to Van Groningen. Van Groningen blocked at the net. Dort reloads. Van Groningen with the swing, dug by Junke. From behind the spike line, Alvis. Alvis with the kill. It's 18-17. Dort with a 1-point lead, but Morningside has scored 4 points in a row. Dort was up 18-13, and now they've got to fight off the Morningside rally. Wilcox still serving. Morningside has put a few strings together like this. Taken by Van Groningen. Back it goes. Now Vermeer. Vermeer out of the middle, and Dort fights off the rally that time. It's 19-17. Now let's see if Dort can string a couple together. Joseph Jang serving. The defenders so far with 4 ace serves tonight, 11 errors. Morningside 1 ace against 8 errors. Dort leading 19-17. Joseph Jang with service, floats it over, taken by the Mustangs. Wasn't a clean pass. They'll bump it up. They get it to Alvis. Dort there for the block. A critical block that time for the defenders by Vermeer and Chapman. Morningside, one of the times where they haven't gotten a clean pass and the setters' options were limited. Serving again, Jang. Jang to the back corner, and too much mustard on that one. Out of bounds, point Morningside. It's 2018. Well, you forced Morningside to make the judgment there on whether it would be too long or not, but service error nonetheless at a free point. Morningside, a 324 kill efficiency here in set 4. Dort, 367. Cade Schmidt, Jang, back over to Van Groningen. Dug by Junke, comes back to Alvis, through the block, saved by Cade, gets it over to Jang. Jang, Chapman with a swing, and that one passed up and over. Thought it was outside the antenna. They don't call it. Now Van Groningen tools it off of the block for the kill. That was a tough angle for that ball to go over the net and stay inside the antenna. You can't pass over the antenna. It's got to be inside it. They let it ride, and the defenders get the point nonetheless, 21-18. Now we have a timeout on the floor charged to Morningside. This timeout brought to you by Casey's Bakery. Find your favorite bakery products at caseysbakery.com. Back with more in a minute.
Dort is a place where students flourish.
What stands out about Dort's mission is how they prepare us as students to face a world that is in need of the Word of God.
We are seeking to embody discipleship. What does it mean to faithfully follow Jesus?
21-18 our score. The Dort defenders with a 3-point lead. And the defenders serve into the net, and it's back to 21-19 on the service error. So 21-19, Dort with a 2-point lead, but Morningside rallying. Serving Junkie. Junkie floater out of bounds, point defenders, 22-19. So the service errors, Dort inches closer to the needed 25. Checking into serve will be Neff. So Bradley Neff with service. Neff, the sophomore, serves it into the net. And the Dort defenders, service errors mounting. That's 14 now by the defenders. And the Mustangs still with a breath of life in them. And the Mustangs will serve. Top spin serve taken by Cade Schmidt. Jang, Tuvin, Groningen from behind the spike line and the kill, 23-20. 23-20, Van Groningen with the kill. And checking in will be Hoffman. Let's see if the defenders can close it out here. Dort hitting .277 for the match. A 57-50 kills advantage. And the serve by Hoffman. Controlled, Junkie with the clean pass. They get it to Alvis. Alvis with the swing. And the defenders, Colt Schmidt runs out of real estate. Over on the Dort baseline. 23-21 defenders. Up by 2 and Alvis serving. So the defenders trying for their 7th win of the conference year. And Natan Alvis with serve. Alvis serve to the back line. Taken by Colt. Gets it over to Hoffman. Hoffman, Kaparis with the kill. And now Dort serving for the set and the match win. 24-21 defenders by 3. Set number 4. And serving is Cade Schmidt. Controlled by the Mustangs. Mustangs Alvis. Taken by Cade Schmidt on the dig. Pushed it outside. Joel Van Groningen. Van Groningen with the kill. And the Dort defenders win in 4. 25-23, 25-13, 19-25, and 25-21. The defenders are now 17-6 overall, 7-4 in the conference. Morningside slides to 17-8, and they're now 5-7, and they have lost 4 in a row in Heart of America Athletic Conference play. Stay tuned. Up next is the Wireless World Post-Match Show. Let's take a break, and we'll be back with our post-match show right after this.
At Dort, every sporting event is a chance for students to learn and for our community to come together. Through the Dort Media Network, students gain real experience, capturing moments and sharing them with fans everywhere.
Our students handle every part of the broadcast.
We are asking for your investment to support the broadcast and the team behind it.
You're helping students learn while Defender broadcasts run with excellence. Thanks for watching. Go Defenders.
Hey Defender Nation, my name is Darren Kaiser and I'm excited to serve as the new athletic director at Dort University. Thank you for tuning in to the Dort Media Network and supporting Defender Athletics. As an athletic department, we are committed to the Defender way. This means we are committed to the Great Commission, developing servant leaders, the academic development of our student athletes, and the pursuit of championships. I'm eager to join with you in supporting our athletes this year. Thank you for watching Defender Athletics on the Dort Media Network. Go Defenders!
This is a Dort Media Network student-produced live stream broadcast.
find a project that applies to your local context, that helps you as a teacher in your classroom, and do a deep dive on it. Like, we're always trying to be like, what does this have to do with the place in which you serve?
Welcome back to the DeWitt Gym on the campus of Dort University in Sioux Center, Iowa, as we get into the Wireless World post-match show. And the Dort defenders with a 4-set win tonight over the Morningside Mustangs. Taking a look at the numbers, the defenders, 59 kills to 51 for the Morningside Mustangs. 53 assists for the defenders, 48 for the Mustangs. Diggs, Dort a 68-61 deficit. Dort with 4 aces to Morningside's 1. Points off of blocks, Dort with 10, Morningside with 8. Dort led tonight by Joelvin Groningen with 16 kills. Cade Schmidt had 14, Corey Caparis had 10, 8 for Nicodemus Elliott, 6 for Lance Vermeer, 5 for Kai Chapman. Joseph Jang put up 23 assists. Justin Hoffman had 24. Joelvin Groningen with 12 digs. Colt Schmidt had 15 and 11 for Cade Schmidt tonight. For the Mustangs, they were led by Alvis with 20 kills. Bankred had 12 and then 9 for Perazzo. 34 assists for Wilcox, 12 for Bagadison. And they had 25 digs for Tucker Junke. So the Dort defenders with a win here this evening. They improved to 7-4 in league play as I scratch through the conference standings. Ottawa got a win over Kansas Wesleyan tonight, so they go to 8-3. And don't know if Mount Mercy has gone final with their match yet. And yeah, go ahead and run those Hague Health Center highlights. Mount Mercy and William Penn at last check. They were in set 4, 27-26. And Mount Mercy has won at 3-1. So Mount Mercy moves to 9-2, and William Penn falls to 6-4. Taking a seat beside me is Justin Hoffman. Justin is a junior setter for the defenders. And Justin, congratulations on the win here this evening. Needed this one after Morningside kind of got us the first time around. This was a much-needed win today.
Yeah, it was. I mean, losing the first time, it sucked, and we wanted to go get them for sure the second time.
Tell me about this team, this Dort team, and how you prepared. Park, that was a long afternoon on Saturday with Park. Had to put that one away and forget about that one rather quickly. What do you guys focus on in practice on Monday to get ready for this match?
Yeah, a lot of dudes, they were not feeling too great from the Park game and the weekend in general. So the practice was a little bit lighter, I would say, and just focusing on skills and getting our bodies ready for this game today.
You have moved into the rotation as part of the 6-2 setter offense. What have you done to improve yourself and give yourself a chance to play in this offense?
Yeah, just getting reps in with coach and making sure I can get my hitters a great ball to swing at.
What are you thinking about when you get a good pass? What are you looking at, and what are you thinking of in terms of options?
Yeah, I mean, you see who's doing good this game, who's on fire, and then also you can see where your middle's going. Depending on that, it'll have a easier solo block to either pin.
What are you studying?
I'm studying electrical engineering.
Electrical engineering, and you're from Ripon, California, correct?
Yes.
What brought you to Dort? How did you always know about Dort? Tell me about how you arrived here.
Yeah, I've heard about it as a kid. I've had some cousins and aunts and uncles come here too. And then I visited for volleyball when I was a junior in high school, I think. And I met Coach Chad, and then throughout my search, I wanted to find a school I could play volleyball at, and Dort aligned up perfectly with what I wanted. And electrical engineering is what I was going for, and Dort has it.
What do you want to do with what does an electrical engineer do?
Designing power, and there's like a ton of different places it can go, but
anything in particular you would like to do? Have you narrowed that down at all?
I wouldn't say specifically in that sense, but I have had an internship over the summer, which was drawing plans for projects, basically the electrical side of it.
Sounds good. Joel Van Groningen, the two Schmidt brothers, did you play with them in high school, or did you go to a different?
Me and Joel went to the same high school.
Okay, so did that have any impact on you, knowing that there would be a familiar face here as well when you got here?
Yeah, from our high school, Ripon Christian, we had about 8 people come to Dort from my class alone. So, and then Joel and another buddy are also engineering. So, yeah, I knew a few people that were also coming out here.
Very good. Well, Friday night you go to William Penn, and that's a team. I think we played them earlier this year, and they won.
Yes.
And that ends up being a critical match as you try to fight for a spot in the top 4 in the conference. So let's go on the road and get one this weekend, shall we?
Yeah, I hope so.
Sounds good. Thanks, Justin.
Thank you.
That's Justin Hoffman, and he is going to we may as well go through our player of the match at this point as well. Today's player of the match brought to you by Ross Hoekstra with State Farm, serving Sioux County and the tri-state area. Call Ross at 712-722-0806 for your insurance needs. Stop by the Sioux Center office. State Farm player of the match today is Justin Hoffman. Justin Hoffman had 21 assists for the defenders and helped the defenders with give them a little spark. And he ends up 24 assists, I should say. Also got to 8 digs. And Coach Chad Hansen takes a seat beside me. And you do realize you can win in 3, right? I mean, are your guys aware of that you can just finish it off and be done in 3?
If I say yes, does that mean they are non-compliant or disobedient?
Well, there are times where I feel like they're being non-compliant. We aren't getting paid by the hour up here. You realize that, right?
No. I thought the sponsors like us to go to 4 sets.
We can squeeze the sponsors in during the post-match show if we have to.
I'll tell the guys
we have
next time.
flexibility on that front.
Good to know, Mike.
Morningside presents their challenges. Coming off a match where you play a big physical athletic team like Park, and then you play a Morningside team that not quite as big, not quite as imposing. How do you have to shift gears and get ready for Morningside after prepping for Park on Saturday?
I think cleansing ourselves after each opponent, to be honest with you. You know, an Ottawa win on Friday night, we have to celebrate it briefly and then cleanse ourselves in the sense of shift gears, new opponent, Park on Saturday, Park match done. Get that out of our system, and that was a frustrating one, but now let's hone in on next opponent, Morningside. Morningside is very, very crafty, very crafty, and what's different, or I'll stay on Morningside. Their ability to attack with power from different angles and to throw the ball, shoot the ball, push it off the block, that makes a very, very challenging kind of way to defend against them. So that was much of our focus, I'd say much of my focus coming in. And one more thing, they are versatile. You saw Nathan Alves, their number 7. He played right side in this match. Well, coming in, he had previously been outside. And so they shifted their lineup for this start of our match, played the 2 sets with him as the right side. Set 3, they have him as an outside. They win that one. So they're feeling a little confident, like maybe this is the lineup that's going to be their key to success. So our ability to not get rattled by, they've changed, but rather this guy does this, we know it. This guy does that, we know it. Now let's execute in our game.
Corey Caparis, 10 kills today against no errors, 13 total attacks, and you didn't have quite as much success with Lance today. Was that a matchup? Was it just how things played out?
How things played out. I talked with our setters in the 4th set here, and I wish I had given them some cues earlier on. They were struggling to connect with Lance. In the pre-match, it was bounce a ball wherever you want, Lance. It looked really, really comfortable, Justin and Joseph setting him. But in the match, for some reason, they were setting him a little low. They weren't putting it up in the zones where he can be a big athlete and cut the ball around the block. So, yeah, 4th set, hey, guys, give Lance that ball that makes him successful and powerful. In the meantime, you started the conversation question with Corey. Wow, Wow, outstanding. And yeah, Corey's not known as our offensive middle, but man, did he offensively do great things. And our setters were very comfortable setting him. And in key times, it wasn't like, oh, there's a lead, there's comfort. It's we need a point, and Corey does it. That was outstanding. Finally, on these two middles, I also noticed between them, they shared in 10 blocks. So where offensively maybe Lance down a little bit, he was our lead blocker with 6, and that's a great number for him.
Joel Groningen, I look at the kills, obviously, but 12 digs. He got a workout back there today.
Yeah, and this jumped out at me too, Mike, as I was waiting while you were interviewing Justin. Both our pins, Cade and Joel, double-doubles. Double kills, double digs. Middle back for us, those two pins playing great back row defense, kept a lot of rallies alive. Colt in the third double-digit dig category. That's a big deal when we can keep rallies alive and give ourselves one more swing attempt.
You now start the portion of the schedule. You saw Morningside a second time. Now you get to see William Penn, Graceland for a second time.
Yep.
The conference race still, as you said, got to win 1 or 2 each week to stay in the hunt for a top 4 finish.
Yeah.
You're still in that position, and we're now down to 7 or 8 matches remaining. So,
yes, I think 8 matches remaining. Yep,
so
conference,
it really, your team, how do you like how your team is playing right now?
Oh, what a sweet question. I love how they're playing, Mike.
Okay.
I really do. They, early on to start the season, these guys were questioning, why are we running a 6-2? We should try a 5-1. We're used to a 5-1. We ran a 5-1 the last several years with Lucas, in that role. He graduated. Let's run a 5-1. And I looked and said, I really think, guys, we're going to be more effective running a 6-2 with the setters that we have, with the attackers that we have, the defense behind it, the block. I think there's going to be so many variables that are in our favor running a 6-2, but just stay the course. And early on, we went to Olivet Nazarene and played some really good volleyball there. And it's just been this snowball gradually rolling down the hill. I don't want to jinx us with snow, but the gritty. There are things, as excited as I am about how we're playing, I also see that we've got to grow in this, and we've got to change that, and we've got to fix this, and this could be cleaner. And the guys are eager to learn those things and work on them in our practice gym, and that's also very, very refreshing. They're very coachable.
Coach Hansen, we'll send you on the road to Oskaloosa and Lamoni in the next couple of weeks, and we'll see you again, next week, Friday, the 20th.
Yeah.
So we'll be back at it then, but we'll see you tomorrow. But congratulations. This was one I would imagine when someone gets you on the road and you feel like, that one kind of stings.
Yeah.
You have to get it back
somewhere
along the line, and the best way to do that is directly against them. So good win for your team here this evening, and we head into the stretch run. Only about a month left of this thing.
I like it. Be flexible, Mike. It's a stretch run.
All
Thanks
right.
for your work.
Thanks. That's Coach Chad Hansen, and that is going to do it for our broadcast. This has been a production done in partnership with the Dort Media Network and the Dort Athletic Communication Office. Dort Media Network is under the direction of Rich Lodewijk, and the staff is primarily student employees. Today, the operators were Noah Zylstra, Lynn Marie Termolin, Sherry Wang, Nathaniel Herman, Elijah Nienhuis, Espen Klungseth, and Amber Liu. Dort Athletic Communications staff is Matt Boss and Isabel Pfeiffer, and several student employees. Special thanks to the Dort University Advancement staff for its work in securing support for this broadcast and others like it. Once again, Dort defeats Morningside in Heart of America Athletic Conference volleyball action